We probably start last spring trying to just get ideas of what we want to see and what looks we want to put together for certain games. And then we try to formulate a plan on trying to get our equipment back in-house. We started kind of traditions that we like, kind of like the orange on certain games, and try to have throwback helmets for homecoming and stuff like that. So we've continued to try to evolve in that and expand on that. And then just trying to orchestrate, trying to get all the stuff in here in time and put together, fit, and then we'll bring the committee in of the senior class, junior class, sophomores. They all have committee members, and just kind of run it through with them and let them kind of see what we're doing and how we're scheduling it. And then if they kind of have input on a certain game, we want to work with them and let them kind of have a piece of it too. The demand keeps getting higher, so you keep wanting to put out stuff that people enjoy, and you know, we try to keep everything pretty traditional but still moving forward. So that's the challenge, is trying to, when you create the reputation that's been created here over the years, you got to keep feeding the monsters. So that's been the biggest challenge. We get critiqued pretty hard. So, you know, you take that into account. You know, you try to always do something a little bit unique every year to kind of help keep expanding on what we've already had going. If you count all the helmets and all the different decals, I wouldn't even know where to start. We've probably done somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 to 30 different helmets. We still got a few more that we're working on, trying to get to put out there. And then obviously we're expanding our jerseys and we're expanding our pants constantly. So to put a total number on it, I couldn't do that right now. It's just, there's always opportunity to expand and add more. So obviously it starts with the badge here for the Marshall's badge, and then you get into the tombstone train here, and then the paddle people. We threw a shout out to the paddle people on game day, and then the Spirit Rider here. It's kind of like almost like a belt buckle type oval here, and then you've got the Bedlam Bell, the Pete, and then you kind of go on into the Oklahoma State, and then toward the back here you got Boone Pickens Stadium, and then it just kind of works on the other side, and then on each cuff you have your retired numbers. So 21, 34, 43 here, and 55. And that's on every jersey.
The commitment from our university and the commitment from Nike to help put us out there and provide us with the resources to do it, that's the biggest thing. You know, it's if you've got the money, we got the time, and that was a big part of it. And Nike was really looking for somebody in the Midwest. You know, obviously at the time Oklahoma wasn't going to do a whole lot because they are who they are, and Ohio State, you know, at the time they weren't. So they were looking in the Midwest. Coach Gundy had established the program. We were winning a lot more games. We were becoming more successful. We were on TV more often. That heightened the level of Oklahoma State football and its interest, and that was the main reason. Like I said, we were given a blank canvas to kind of come up with what we thought was best. And when we sat down to talk about what should we do, we're going to rebrand this thing. We got to, being an Oklahoma State grad, big history buff of Oklahoma State football, you didn't want to forget who you were. You know, I think some people kind of forget who they are in that deal, and it's for the now, but you can never forget the people that lay on the foundation. I mean, there are a lot of football games won around here, you know, regardless of who was coaching or what. So you wanted to not forget those and tie those people, which gives them a link back to your program. It keeps them always involved. So when we sat down, we thought, hey, me and Justin just spitballing, what's the most unique thing we have here at Oklahoma State? And kind of threw homecoming out there. Okay, we'll put that over here. And then to us, the most unique thing is our mascot. He's a real guy. I mean, most places don't have a real guy, living person as their mascot, or based on a real person. So we thought we would, Frank Eaton was the key to this thing. Let's design a uniform in the mantra of Frank Eaton with the bandana. He always wore a bandana. He was a Marshall's badge. So from head to toe, we kind of wanted to integrate our mascot because nobody could replicate that because Frank was a real guy. And then we wanted the history. So, hey, the retired numbers. So as you know, as it went from there, the paddle people, Old Central, things on campus, you know, Nike kind of wanted to go in a different direction. We kind of had to reel them back in and say, no, we need to make this about us, just not random. If I showed you the first mock-ups, it would blow your mind. So we want to say, hey, instead of doing that, let's do this on campus that we have, Old Central or the Paddle People or Retired Numbers, and kind of wrap it all up about of our mascot and the traditions we have at Oklahoma State. That's kind of what the whole deal was.
I think the kids, I think they like the uniqueness of it. We try to do something unique here by just keeping it under wraps until the kids get in the locker room so they're the first ones to see it. Not a lot of schools do that. They like to pump it out on social media and go ahead and have the excitement kind of over with by the time the game hits. But something unique to here is we just try to keep it for the players first, and then everybody celebrate it after the fact. So when the guys get in on locker room on game day, it's like Christmas morning. They know exactly what they're going to wear and can accessorize and move from there. So I think that's pretty unique to what we do here. The guys like wearing all black. I think that's one of their combinations that I don't know if it's because of the success of the Fiesta Bowl or what, the history of it, but we always seem to play pretty good in all black. They like wearing all white at times. I think now with us having multiple options as far as pants and jerseys, and the all white looks even cleaner now just because when you throw that out there, it's not just like something you've worn every road game. I know that there's not a lot of fans of the gray out there, but kids like the gray and the recruits like the gray. So like I said, if we're playing good in it, I'm all for it. I would like to think that the guys, if they look good, they play good. And that's kind of what we hear from the players when they try on the uniforms. So, but ultimately, you know, it's about them making plays on Saturday. So we're doing whatever we can to make them feel comfortable and relaxed and ready to go. So if the uniforms play a part in that, then there it is. We'll take it. When you pour that much time and care about it as much as we do, you like them all. They all look good to you on Saturdays, especially when you win. So that's our favorite.